We're live.
Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Magi, where we open our handbooks, open our minds, and more importantly, we roll the damn dice. As always, I'm your Dungeon Master, Caleb, or you may call me the Viking DM. We have a few announcements to get through, so please bear with us as we get through them. First up, we have Elliot with our socials.
We are live on Twitch and YouTube every Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. We are also now a Twitch affiliate, and we want to thank you all for helping us get this far. You can subscribe to our channel with 3 tiers, and you can even use your Amazon Prime subscription to sub for free each month. We now have a Patreon. Our Patreon is open with 4 tiers, and you can join for as little as $5 a month. The top tier gets you exclusive access to our Discord, custom merch, entry for giveaways, and even the chance to play with us. Visit us at patreon.com/dungeonsandmagi. You cannot search us due to us being listed as adult content. You can also check out our website at www.dungeonsandmagi.com, and you can also check us out on other social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/dungeonsandmagi. Twitter is at Dungeons and Magi. Instagram is www.instagram.com/dungeons_and_magi. And TikTok and Twitch are both at dungeons_and_magi. Back to the DM.
All right, next up we have Aaron with store info.
What? Hey guys, we did something. We got a storefront. We got merch. That's right. We launched a store, deals and haggles. We got shirts. We got hoodies. We got cups. We got potions. Potions right there. Look at the potions. We got mugs and dice are gonna be there. And hey, let's be real. The hag is so cool. If there's something that you want that you don't see there, send the hag a message and the hag will come up with it. So you can reach us at dungeonsandmagi.com, all one word, and click on the store link. If you use the code DAMMED, that's DAMMED, at checkout, you'll get 15% off your first order.
All right. Ethan, special announcements.
All right. Hey guys, it is the month of October. While most of us would be spending doing stuff like Halloween and getting all prepped and stuff up, we do also want to take time to acknowledge that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see our PayPal information. Every dollar that is sent to that PayPal, we at Dungeons and Magi, we will match it up to $100, and it will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation, benefiting the fight for breast cancer. For all those fighting and struggling with this horrible ailment, our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Last Sunday of every month is our continuous one-shot, which is written by me. The combat system has been designed by Caleb. This is our Tales Told in the Old West. It appears on the last Sunday of every month at 6 p.m., where we travel South Dakota in the 1800s. We will not be here this month in South Dakota, as I think Caleb's got something special planned for this go around. So join us for the last Sunday in November for this one shot. We do have our show. Speaking of November, we have our new show, Behind the Curtain, which is the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we sit around and we discuss everything from what has transpired in the past month, from questions asking the DM asking us questions, where we just sit back and just enjoy one another's company while we just talk DM. The other announcement I want to get to is one personal to myself. As you guys are aware, I broke it last week. My brother-in-law, Will, did pass away from his battle with ALS. The GoFundMe is still, the link is still up. All the donations will be going directly to my sister and her 2 kids as they are as they go through and kind of figure out what's the next stage after this. Any and all contributions are greatly appreciated. We are, I know, as us as a family, I think Dungeons and Magi have come and supported us, like me and my family, during this hard time, and so we can't express our thank you enough to Dungeons and Magi. So once again, guys, thank you. And with that, we'll turn it back to Caleb.
All right. And lastly, to Benjamin.
Am I in trouble?
Yes, you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh boy. Well, well, everyone.
You know who's not in trouble? Our first sponsor.
Yes. Our first permanent sponsor for the entire campaign is Dungeon Crate. Dungeon Crate is a subscription box full of epic products, including dice, miniatures, tabletop terrain, and original adventures that you can't find anywhere else. All delivered to your castle doors each month. We are so excited to work with them, and if you put in the code Dungeon Magi 22 at checkout, you will receive 50% off a new subscription. Also, all Crate members may use their monthly code to receive 10% in the online RPG store. Please visit them today at dungeoncrate.com or on our sponsor page. We also would like to thank Luna Sola Stellae. They are a fantasy-inspired Etsy shop that focuses around the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Check out their best-selling item, the D&D Mystery Loot Pack, which inspires an adventure through random dice, figurines, cards, and more. Written from the perspective of their homebrew Fey Pocket realm, and each package comes with a letter from the Archfey Lavandula Lazuli, with a quest or information corresponding to your package. Some personalization can be done through themes, or they can be made out to your D&D character. If you use the code DNMAGI, you will get 10% off any of the items in the shop. Check them out on Etsy and our site. We have rolled out a new sponsor tier known as Partners. A partner is a sponsor who has gone above and beyond to help Dungeons and Magi reach their potential. Partner has agreed to make a lifetime commitment to provide products or services to Dungeons and Magi to aid in giveaways and overall production. We would like to thank and introduce our first official partner, and they are Raven's Nest Dice. We were provided with these custom character themed dice and dice boxes. Get your own dice today on Etsy, or you can find them on the sponsor page of our site. And with that, and good thing I'm not in trouble.
All right, so Ben will be rolling up a new character. No. All right.
Sounds fishy to me.
So
Van's okay because the DM got another set of dice today.
yes, that's how Van stays alive. Is I just keep getting new dice.
And I got a new set of dice.
That box is smoking.
It is.
So
I love this box.
now, if there are no more announcements, let's roll the damn dice.
Yeah.
All right. So, last we left off, Misery's End found a few surprises when they stumbled into the arbor and blew off a covered section and found very familiar flowers and plants. After going and retrieving Daisy, the flower that you had found when you found the orb of Zophos that long ago, you brought Daisy to this place, and as you dug in and planted Daisy into the ground, they began to morph together. As this happened, a being appeared. More and more, as many were revealed over time, that these creatures were here as a last resort from the Ravens to fight whatever world-ending battle would take place. You were told that a Legion of Zophos was found. And you made your way to some barren desert, for all you can guess. You're not sure exactly where it was, but you made your way through, and a long, hard-fought battle that was ended by a wish spell, sending all but one member of Misery's End to a place unknown. A meteor storm befalling the enemies. A wish spell bringing everyone back to only Korth left standing. The hag made her way to you to reveal that 2 trials were passed. And also revealed that there are more legions to go. You were then, a portal was then opened as everybody ran through.
I want to point out, Arlie fell back while flipping off the hag. So
Yes.
she's falling on her
And
ass.
Korth was on Stelbeck's shoulder.
As you all go through the portal, you made your way to a familiar place, Belvis's favorite place, into the very dining room of the Benefactor himself. And that's where we pick up tonight. So you all, Arlie, you fall backwards, you kind of like do a back roll, and you're able to stand back up as you hit this hard marble floor. Everybody else, you make your way through hitting this marble. Everybody but Arlie, this place is familiar. As you guys look around, and Belvis, your heart just sinks. As you guys round the corner, and you see at the long table, slicked back black hair, his velvet purple robes, and he just sits there. Oh, it's been so long. And as usual, staring only at Belvis.
I'm going to come up behind Belvis, put my hand on his shoulder, and shove him towards the Benefactor.
Belvis tries to resist being shoved toward him.
Arlie goes
Contested strength rolls.
Sappy's still like shaking, covered in both her blood and the other dude's blood, and just looking down at her hands.
17?
21.
So Belvis, you try and resist as Van pushes you forward, and you end up like falling into the Benefactor as he holds you.
Hello?
Arlie's gonna go up to Bakira and kind of like
Does not appreciate where he is.
not soft, like not whisper, but quietly asks, "Who is this creep?"
Bakira leans down and whispers into her ear, he's a benefactor. He's given us jobs in the past. Apparently we need to be here because this bitch of a hag sent us here. But anyways...
Listen, honey, I'm the one... I'm the one who pays. That's who I am.
That he is most definitely the one that pays.
Now,
And you,
I'm the most well connected in the city. That is close as Belvis and I are connected right now.
Belvis tries to very discreetly, but definitely get off of the Benefactor and break away.
Make a contested strength roll.
yeah. So, as he's doing
goes
that,
with the liquid core.
if everybody's looking at Arlie's eyes, they're kind of like, as the battle's going down, her
17.
her eyes are shifting
Am I using
between
just my strength, not my strength saving, right?
nat 20 or 18.
18.
So
Why?
if anybody's looking at Arlie, her eyes are going from blue to teal and black back to blue as she's trying to calm herself down from the adrenaline rush.
So you see the Benefactor just kind of grips tighter around Belvis's waist. So I'm guessing, like, whispering this in your ear, but loud enough for everybody to hear. So I'm guessing the hag told you what I told her.
Bakira is, like, goes up to stand next to Van and it's just like, about the Legions of Zophos?
Yes. At this time, the Benefactor lets Belvis go.
Belvis just kind of walks back to the others and stands behind Bakira.
By the way, I love that armor on you. It really accentuates.
It's very fetching, isn't it?
Thank you. Much appreciated.
You see Korth for like the first time kind of whisper, hey, you know, and he like all of a sudden just like pulls the deck. He's like, I can make this all go away.
No. Belvis just kind of like politely puts his hand out and says, no, cool, just thank you anyway.
And all of a sudden he just flicks it back off.
Sobek's shoulders.
Oh yeah, so Sobek would have been the first one to hear this.
That's a very beautiful trick you have there. And I can do the same thing.
We do not need another
It's just
battle
two
of
pieces
the
of pod.
cards.
It's just two pieces of pod, Benefactor.
Arlie goes up to Sobek and grabs Korth, puts him on her shoulder, and is like, no more shenanigans out of you, old man. And walks away.
He kind of throws the deck up, and it like in a puff of glitter just like fireworks.
That's gonna get everywhere.
She can stop you, but she won't stop me.
Touch.
Now, the reason you guys came is the Legions of Zophos. They are real. I take it you've already, by the looks of you guys, you've already met some of them.
Yeah.
Met in here.
Yeah. Stating the obvious, Captain Obvious.
snaps his fingers, and you guys feel this refreshment pour over you like you just took a long rest. Go ahead and heal yourselves up. Reset your hit points.
I love this guy.
Reset your spells. Basically, just take a long rest. Now, there are 12 more legions that are said to be roaming around here. The hag has tasked me with being your relay of information of when these are spotted. So we'll be seeing a lot more of each other.
Well,
I
we appreciate the
think
help.
if you just contact Belvis directly, then he can let us know. That would be perfect.
And Belvis, in your head, you hear, "Oh, I can do that."
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go to sleep. There's no consensus in my head.
Bakira hearing Belvis'
Yeah, you guys have no
outburst.
fucking idea what just happened.
Well, Arlie kind of has
Bakira
an idea what
hearing
happened.
Belvis' outburst, it's just like, I don't want to know what just happened.
Arlie kind of whispers to Bakira. I think he can mind speak.
And in your head, Bakira, you hear, "Just this."
Bakira just kind of just stops, looks at him, and is just like, ah. Okay.
Now,
Bakira's just like, alright, I'm rolling with it.
now, I have been tasked to bring you someone that comes from a higher power than even the hag.
Okay.
Somebody has been keeping an eye on you.
Does her name start with
There-
a D?
Bakira just kind of goes, there's been several someone's keeping an eye on us.
Arlie just looks straight
We're
at
not
the...
exactly inconspicuous here.
Arlie just straight looks at the Benefactor. It's like, does their name happen to start with a D or an A?
I know them as the Wild Mother, but
Arlie just kind of like turns around and it's just like, you guys just see her put her head down and like, God
Wait.
damn it!
Like the new
Arlie
Wild
just turns
Mother
around and just
or
like,
the old Wild Mother?
Wild Mother, let's just call her Wild Mother for brevity's sake, due to the fact that I don't want to explain my family tree to everybody.
Well, your grandpa's sitting right on your shoulder there. You can keep the noise level
Yeah,
down a little bit.
kinda
It hurts
like
your old man ears.
Looks at Arlie, looks at Korth, and it's just like, I know for a fact he's part of your family tree because you call him Grandpa. Aethion's part of your family tree because it's Aethion and she's your grandma. And Aethion has an interesting family tree as it is. So I'm just gonna take your word for that one.
Let's just say the interesting part comes from his side as she points to Korth.
now, listen. The Wild Mother has had somebody watching you and others for a time, but the Wild Mother asked for you guys to be reunited, looking at Arlie.
Arlie kind of looks at the Benefactor and scratches her head, like, from the opposite side of where Korth is. Like, there's many people that I could be reunited with.
Elwyn, darling, would you come in here, please?
Arlie takes Korth off her shoulder, places him quietly down onto the floor, and kind of like just turns away and just is like, "Oh fuck."
And
Oh,
you almost feel the ground shake a little bit as ducking under the door. You see this furbolg with purple and black mohawk that runs down long, has this light blue skin, green eyes. Oh, hello there.
Arlie turns around and she's just like, "Why the fuck are you talking like that, Ellie?"
Sorry. I thought it would be best for me to hide in plain sight.
Yeah? I'm surprised Grandma and the Wild Mother didn't tell me you were coming.
She thought that maybe you would leave them to come find me. But listen, the kids are safe. They're in the Feywilds. The
character just kind of just like has this look of very wild.
It's good to see you, my love.
Here.
It's good to see you too, my love. As Atheon goes up, Arlie goes up, and kind of like grapples Ellie. Elwyn.
Elwyn, who is 7'5",
Oh, shit.
will
Taller than me.
pick. Well, yeah, 7'5" and 300 pounds. He's a big furbolg. He's average size for a furbolg. He will pick Arlie up and embrace Arlie. I was told that you guys faced a legion already, and I wanted to ensure that you did not face them alone.
We beat them, thanks to Grandpa. And Arlie looks at Korth with kind of like a dead serious face and is like,
"Oh, we beat them."
Korth looks straight back at Arlie and without flinching and without hesitation says, "Don't you start with me, young lady. I did it to protect you and everybody else, so you can knock off that attitude."
Arlie's like, I know, and I would have done the same thing, but I don't like being sent away like that. And you know this.
I know. I was there.
Why, I don't remember seeing you there.
Well, that's kind of what I do, and he just disappears.
Okay.
How long were you there?
Nice trip.
Now.
And he reappears.
And
How long were you there?
I was there when Korth opened. When Korth made the wish spell, a small portal opened up to zap you guys through, and I kind of jumped my way in to make sure he was okay. He is family after all.
Yeah.
All right.
Arlie looks at Elwyn's like, "Yeah, I found Grandpa."
So, would you prefer me to talk like this still?
No. And Arlie just looks at Elwyn and is like, "You know how much your slow speak irritates me? Please no."
Sometimes.
As her eyes are still like shifting between the two different colors.
And so he just kind of looks there and just places his hands on your shoulders and just stares at you. And then as he does that, he is going to cast Disguise Self on himself. And he shifts in same hair color, same everything, into the form of a halfling.
I like him.
So he's now a halfling with pale skin, with purple and black mohawk that is now standing straight up, green eyes still, and all of he has these black robes that shrunk with him, with a large black sash that comes across, and then in his back is a large black staff.
Okay.
So, your grandfather here looks a little worse for wear. We should probably take him back to wherever home is.
Yeah. He needs to take his daily nap.
The benefactor looks around and says, I will be in contact with Belvis when I find something else out about the next Legion that shows up. Just be ready.
Perfect.
And you see Arlie reach into her, around her neck and pull out a necklace, take it apart, fidget with it, and puts a ring onto her left hand and puts her necklace back on.
And you see Elwyn beneath his robes. He pulls out the same necklace that was given to Arlie, and he does the same thing. And his ring is made out of wood that was specially formed. And there is like this, if you look at the ring, I would say most of you have good passive perception. So you'll see within this wooden ring, there are little bits of arcane energy pulsing through it. And then he tucks the pendant of the Wild Mother back in.
Okay.
Safi wants to look over to the Benefactor really quick and thanks for all your help so far. I know you don't necessarily have to help us, but you have been, and we appreciate it.
Listen, I may have an affinity for Belvis, yes, but it goes a little deeper than that. Your parents were good people. They were truly friends. In fact, they stayed with me from time to time when they were in town.
And hearing that, her eyes start to water up and she actively has to fight, starting to cry again.
Now. And he reaches out. This is the first time you see this. You see the Benefactor not have this egotistical / cockiness kind of thing going on, as well as flirting. He's very soft and genuine as he reaches out a finger and wipes the tears from Safi's face. There is something they left behind the last time they were here.
Can I see it?
Of course. And he lets out a whistle, and you see the familiar kobolds that you guys have seen before running through, except for Arlie. Arlie, you've never seen the kobolds. So these kobolds come running in, and he go fetch the medallion. And they're just like, eek! run up, and it takes them, like you hear up above. And then finally down the stairs. And they kind of like slide, their nails scratching on the floor as they slide up. And they hand something that's covered. And the benefactor takes it. Thank you. You can go. And the benefactor kind of looks at it for a second, covers it back up. You can choose to open this now or wait till you're alone, and hands it out to you.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna wait, but I just so that you're aware, since you were close to them, I might not have been the one that killed the person that killed them, but I made sure nobody would ever see the fucker's face again.
That's good, because your parents will always have a place here. And he looks to Van, before you do your portal thing, be sure to go visit the bust in the hallway. Now, is there anything else anybody needs before you go home?
Akira shakes her head and just tells him thank you.
Of course. Now, it's my bubble bath time, so you can leave.
Are you sure you don't want Bella
Unless-
to join you?
Unless you want to. I mean, I don't want to be a fish out of water, but...
Yeah, funny. That's smart. That's a real good joke.
You could be a fish in water.
But you can forget that. And Bella's walks away.
Oh.
So, as you all go ahead and walk out, you walk back into that hallway.
Bust.
And those busts where those eyes were watching, you guys, most of you, again, except Arlie, who have been here, you know that there was a bust in the middle, and then there were pylons next to that on either side. And that bust in the middle was the bust of the Benefactor. And its eyes would always follow you. As you walk through Safi to you see two familiar faces on either side, one of your mother and one of your father.
And she stares at them.
And they stare right back at you. Would you like to approach it?
Yes.
Okay, which one?
I think first she's gonna go to her father.
Okay. So you walk up to your father. Can you explain to everybody what this bust of your father looks like?
He looks quite a bit like Safi. His horns are the same straight up. His ears are the same big floppy ears that she has. He's quite slender, but built. He's got little wrinkles under his eyes, eye bags. He clearly wasn't extremely old, but he was starting to get there. And he's wearing it almost looks like formal wear, but it looks comfortable enough that he could wear it every day. And she just stares at him for a moment.
And as you approach and you stare, you're not sure if it's you just imagining things but you begin to hear, "Hello, daughter."
Dad?
It is good to see you.
I wish I was actually seeing you.
I wish this wasn't all that was left of me. But I am still here. As crazy as the Benefactor is, he has his uses. We made a pact with him, and he took a bit of our soul, and we told him that if anything were to happen to us, to place us here, knowing that we would one day see you again.
It's in our blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
I made the fucker that hurt you pay.
That's good, but there's more than just them. This is more than just me or your mother. This is about the world. The reason that we joined the Order of the Raven in the first place was to make this world safe for you and everyone else. And the bus can't move, but the eyes, you see the eyes kind of like droop down in disappointment. We failed.
You didn't fail. I'm gonna wipe Zophos from this fucking planet and every other planet.
Just promise to not underestimate them like we did. I do not want you here next to me. As much as I love you, you are young and you have a life to live. You have a family with these people.
And I'm gonna make sure that I'll get home to that family. Everyone I can.
When all is said and done and Zophos is defeated, her contract with the Benefactor is done. And it's your choice to retrieve us from here or let us go to wherever it is that we go when we die. The line of work that we're in, you would have thought that we would have imagined what it was like, but I never thought this day would come, and it's weird. You can almost see this glimmer, like a tear rolling down this cheek, and I'll just let everybody know that all of you can see and hear this. This is not just a Safi. This thing is actually does have a piece of the soul, so its mouth is moving. But I am glad you live again.
just wish it was an older me.
We will always be here. The gifts you have, I thought you only had my gifts. And you remember that your father was although he was a great assassin, he was also the greatest bard you had ever known.
Mm-hmm.
He taught you every instrument that you play, taught you to sing, and you died. Yes, I was informed. You can thank your friends for telling me. But when you came back, you got the gift of your mother as well. And you weren't around, you knew that your father was a bard, but you never saw your parents in action, anything like that. You didn't even know that they had seen action, so you're just now connecting that the barbarian side of you, the anger, the strength, and everything. That's from your mother.
And she nods, and guess it takes a pretty angry woman to go against grandparents, huh?
Yeah. Your mother... I can't see over there. Is she there?
She's there, Dad.
She was a patient woman. Although she had anger and strength and frustration, she put it in the right place. She used it in the right way, and I know that this side of you is new, but I beg you to follow her example and put this anger where it belongs. Don't alienate yourself from everyone.
I'll try.
Now, and the eyes kind of look up and start scanning each of you. This is for as much as my little bit of soul can feel. I feel that you guys are going to kick Zophos' ass.
You're damn right we are.
The champion of the Raven. I haven't seen that armor in a long time. It looked good on me once too.
I'm sure it looked better on you.
Let's be honest, it looks good on anyone it goes on because it fits to the user, but you have a responsibility wearing that armor. You are now the champion of the Raven, which means you must be the last to fall. No matter what. I was the last of my lineage to fall, of my era to fall. You must be the last. Or the armor is gone forever.
Shit.
Good to know.
You better start playing that right, bro.
He then looks at Arlie, kind of like looking down a little bit. Safi, honey, can you bring that one up to my level, please?
Yeah. Is it okay if I pick you up really quick?
Yeah.
And she reaches down and lifts her up. Trying not to hold her like a child, but
kind of like
Yeah.
holding like this,
Yeah,
like through
trying
the,
to be as
through
respectful
the
as she can.
through the legs, like football style,
Right?
like just it's
Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
so
Some reason he's just going like.
Safi's like, oh wait, shit.
My emotional support halfling.
Arlie doesn't care. Arlie's just like, whatever.
Arlie's leg starts kicking.
Yeah, right.
So
No, Arlie starts falling asleep.
You look at this weird bust, and he is a beautiful tiefling. For being a tiefling, tieflings of course are demonic creatures essentially, but he has this elegance to him. And the bust goes to just under his pec line, so you can see where it was. He had these formal clothes on, just a very elegant man. You would have no idea that he was the best assassin to ever live, and he's basically James Bond.
Gotcha.
He's a tiefling James Bond. And he looks. The Benefactor told me about you. You're the newest. Arle, is it?
It is.
I know your lineage as well. You come from the line of the new Wild Mother. I got to meet Daff before I died. Daff is a great Wild Mother.
Yeah, Daff is.
You have a responsibility to uphold that lineage. Daff, from what I was told, gave their life for the group once before.
I remember. I was there.
You now hold the same responsibility. If all else fails, you need to be the one that makes the ultimate sacrifice. The power that courses through your veins, if pointed in the right direction, is an explosion that will topple Zophos to his knees.
You're talking about my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather's power in me.
Yes. There is significant blood flowing through you. So, when the time comes, use it.
I will.
he looks over to Bakira.
And he would see that Bakira's eyes are kind of like she's kind of like looking at the floor, like.
Arlie's gonna tap Safi on the head, on like the horn, and is like, "Can you put me down now?"
Yeah.
Because she was there when Safi died, and she's just like, I don't know how to face this man now that his daughter's back, and I never told him, and she's obviously like very uncomfortable right now.
Bakira, is it?
Bakira kind of looks up and is like, yes, sir.
Step forward.
She does.
You almost hear that. You almost hear that disappointed dad voice.
That's the worst.
That's
the worst.
Safi cringes because she remembers the last time she heard that voice.
It's that, like, your dad could say that he hates you and you're like, whatever. But when he says he's disappointed in you, then your heart sinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arlie hears it and cringes, knowing how many times she's been on that side of hearing that, and just like she quickly walks to Ella and is like, nope.
Bakira just kind of cocks her head a little bit because she's not used to that voice at all. Like, she has no idea what this voice means. She just can see how the others are reacting, and she's like, oh shit, I'm in real trouble here. So she does step forward and is just kind of like bracing for the worst. Because she's just like, Safi and these people are like, that was not a good voice.
Bakira, you've seen a lot in your young life. More than most ever will. You watched my daughter die right in front of you.
She just kind of nods and is just like, I wish I could have stopped it. I wish I could have stopped.
It's what the fates wanted. Safi would not have gotten her full potential had she not died and came back. I am not disappointed that I was not informed. I am disappointed that you do not trust yourself. You are a natural leader. You have faced adversity your entire life, yet you somehow have made it through and are stronger because of it. You're not a lone wolf anymore. And you need to remember that. But perhaps this is not the only pack that you need for the end.
Bakira just kind of nods, is just like, and for the first time, she actually admits that she has been thinking of taking her old pack back. I have been thinking about that. My old pack, they're strong. There's no doubt about that. There's just one thing in the way. Dorian.
From what I understand, Dorian isn't much compared to the group of you.
And Safi puts her hand on Bakira's shoulder. We're gonna fuck him up too.
That's as long as I get to rip his throat out with my teeth.
It was since I fought
You were there when they fought Dorian.
Yes, but he's also a gladiator. He's fought many things.
Arlie's like,
And
"I've never
Bakira
fought a
starts
wolf."
rubbing her hands, and it's just like. I also have a feeling I know what else might help in the fight against Zophos. She raises the hand that has the half of the orb. I need to find its partner.
Bring your hand closer.
She does just that.
And this bust is just staring at your hand, its mouth agape. It's the mark. That mark's not supposed to exist.
That's par for the course.
Care to share with the class?
That's par for the course.
And it looks up at you. That is the mark of the Banisher. Well, half of it. When Zophos was originally on this world, thousands and thousands of years ago, there was a god who took the form of a human and sent Zophos into his prison, and he bore that mark. Well, the full mark. If you find the other orb, you, from what I've read, you get his power.
Kira just kind of is absolutely stunned at this point. It's just like complete, just shocked silence. And it's just like looking at the bus is like.
Should anyone have that power though?
And Bakira just kind of points to Safi. That's terrifying power. That's terrifying power.
Power itself
just kind of like
does not make
looks
a
back
person
at
bad.
Van and is just like, what do we do? Like,
Power doesn't make a person bad, though. It's how we use that power.
But you must be careful because absolute power absolutely corrupts.
That's a catchy saying. I'm gonna write that down.
T-shirt idea.
Bakira's just like looking at the mark on her hand and it's just like, oh, now I'm terrified.
Listen,
I don't.
I don't know much more than that, but perhaps a conversation with either the hag or the benefactor can tell you more. perhaps give him time to research and see if he can find the location of the other orb. But from that mark, it must be you that lays the final blow.
Oh yay.
Or he will come back.
Better write that down. Oh Lord, DM's writing notes too. Shit.
Yeah. I better write down.
He's
what
gonna
he
come
said
back
to
for
me.
campaign 2 if we don't get this right, people.
Yeah, there won't be a campaign 2. There's just gonna be campaign 1, part
Over
1,
and
part
over
2.
and over. That's what it is. It's Groundhog Day.
Oh, God.
Bill Murray just pops in. Hey guys!
Yes. Yes.
Doing the Caddyshack dance.
Kara just is like, so no pressure. Like looks at her hand, like it's just you can see that the weight of it all is just hitting her, and she just like reaches her hand back to Van, like I need a drink. I need a drink.
Flask.
And she just opens the flask and just downs it.
The
It's just like oh
the
God.
bust looks over and looks to you, Safi. Bring the other short one to me. Talking about Korth.
She kneels down. Is it okay if I pick you up?
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
You're lighting up, but we can't hear you.
Oh no, they stole his voice.
Oh no.
You were destined to speak many things. No, I'm just kidding. We can hear you now.
Okay. Korth just walks up and just, kind of nods and, jumps into her outstretched hand.
Alright, and she holds him up.
You have been around a long time.
This is true.
You have lived many lives in that time. But
Too many to even begin to count.
this life with these people are the only ones that matter. You must be at the right hand of the champion when this all ends.
Alice kind of looks down and looks over at Korth like, really?
Korth just... It goes silent and goes for a second before responding. I can't guarantee that will happen. I will do my best, but I can't guarantee that will happen.
Well, you had your granddaughter no necessary rest.
It's not that. I've made too many enemies, and I've made too many mistakes.
You-
You have to see a float while I can't win. Don't worry, little buddy. I'll take care of him.
Kara just kind of looks at Belvis and is just like, you know what? No. It's not just going to be you. We're all fighting alongside you, Korth. Every single one of us.
He looks back to you, Bakira, and looks you straight in the eyes and says, I don't know. I don't know about that, Bakira. Not from you and not from Van. before he turns back to the bust.
Arlie looks at Korth and is like, "We will talk later, Grandpa. Just you and I."
And he'll look directly back at the bust.
The bus just kind of eyes over to Sobek. You have been given immense power, yet you're afraid to use it. Even with the little bit of soul that I have, I can sense it. That you're
All of us
terrified.
want to be a god. And he was probably saying, not all of us want to be a god.
You may not want to be a god, but you are. It's what you were given. It's your responsibility, your duty. You will be the light in the darkness that is Zophos. You will command an army to follow you into battle, no matter what. And you will command a power like no other when the time comes. So be sure to not fall before that day.
As long as I can make people have faith, I will do what I can to protect this group. They are now my family.
And lastly, he eyes over to Van. Keeper, you bear quite a resemblance to your brother. You have taken his place as Keeper of the Feather. And that comes with a lot of responsibility. If you fail to stop Zophos, it is all on you. It is your responsibility to succeed. Your name will be at the top of the list, no matter the outcome. Whether you fail or succeed, it is your name that will be remembered as the Keeper.
No pressure.
I'm listening with my head down and playing with one of the shadow daggers. Nothing like a little pressure. Can I ask a question?
You may.
What happened that day? You two were the best. You were the best that there was. You're better than any of us combined. What happened?
Oh. We underestimated them. My wife and I went in and thought we could handle it ourselves, and they were strong. And somebody else appeared. He was shifting from body to body to body. And he, no matter what form he took, he could use different abilities. It wasn't just magic. He could fight, he could hide. And we had no chance. He duplicated everyone. It went from 6 to 12 to 24 to 48. We were outnumbered. We couldn't even run. So do not underestimate your enemy for 1 second. No matter how good you think you are, there is always someone better.
Understood.
Now, go to the keep. There are many secrets there that can be revealed. Prepare yourselves. And he looks at all of you. And don't let my daughter die again.
Arlie kind of stays hidden because she's like, nope. Not doing the disappointed dad look again. And by the way, she's hiding in, like right next, like facing Elwyn, like in his arms.
Throwback, out of consideration, for the first time most people would see it, would give him a military salute.
And after Safi puts Korth down, because she's totally accidentally been holding on to him this whole time, she walks up to the bus and very gently presses her forehead against her dad's, their horns like right against each other, and she does the same for her mom.
And there is no reaction from your mother. You get the sense that there's probably a little more of your dad's soul that was left over than your mother's.
I'm gonna make them pay.
Korth is gonna walk up to Van, gently just tug on his cloak.
So,
And as soon as you get close, because he kind of motions you down, and whispers, "I need to talk to you and Bakira before Arlie does, and it has to be secret, just the three of us."
keep. Okay. I will look at the bust and take the shadow daggers that I was playing with, place them on the pedestal at the base of the bust. I'll give a knowing nod. I'll look at the group.
Yep, let's go home.
Yeah, Safi, it's clear that she has to force herself to leave, but she does.
Okay, so
Bakira gives Safi a little pat on her back.
The portal opens as you all, this time, sticking the landing.
Arlie doesn't
Other
stick the
side.
landing. I'm just gonna say that Arlie is very clumsy, so she does not stick the landing at all.
Belle just
And
kind of drops and looks over at Arlie like, you're alright.
Arlie gets up, dusts herself off, looks at Korth like, "I'll be in the library. We need to talk." And she walks off in the library.
Korth, before, like, as Arlie's walking away, I gotta rest. And like, he kind of just bows his head and just trickles off towards back to the ship to where his room is.
Sobek's gonna try and sneak away, not wanting to have the conversation now.
Sappy's too messed up to even process what was going on with Sobek, so she's paying no mind to that for the time being.
I'm going to tap Bakira's arm, give her a head nod to follow, and I'm going to walk with Korth to the ship.
Hera nods and follows.
Korth will lead to his room, open up the door. Gestures for you guys to enter. Once you guys enter, he's going to climb up. Actually, he's going to close the door to ensure that nobody else can get in.
You mean Arlie?
Yes, Arlie. But
Just
we'll
say
climb
Arlie.
up. We'll climb up on the bed. Well, Sobek might. I don't know what Sobek's doing.
Sobek's trying to hide. He doesn't know how to deal with what they will think about him now being a god.
He climbs up on the bed and just looks at both of them and says, "There's a couple things I need to tell you. The first is granting that wish spell to Belvish has taken a toll on me. My body physically. Every time I cast a spell, no matter how big or how small, a small part of me leaves. I'm thinking it's tired and fatigued, and I need to rest.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be quiet and just stay here and rest up. If you guys need me, I'll make sure the door stays open. But there's another reason why I asked you to come here now instead of later. Because Arlie is very protective, and I don't want her involved in this. Turns to Van and says, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I won't blame you. Turns back to Bakira, and with a dead serious face, goes, I sabotaged yours and Sobek's, and I tried to sabotage Van's trials. I wasn't there for Belvish. I wasn't there for Willow's. And
Bakira kind of crosses her arms and looks at him, and he's like, you were the one who was in place of Dorian, weren't you?
I was Dorian. I needed to find a way to get into the jury, but I couldn't let it be obvious. So the day I ducked out of your trial, I ducked out, went into a tavern, saw a poster of your old buddy, did some light reading, and then shifted myself into Dorian, and then asked to be put on the trial.
May I ask why?
Looks back. I needed to bring my dad back.
Dad who?
Well, someone who I thought was my dad. I don't know if they are any longer. But I needed my dad back so I can bring back my mom.
Your
my
mom
father.
Who? Your dad who? Your mom who? Who?
My father was Vecna. My mother was Tiamat.
Motherfucking! I'm gonna just.
And he sits there with his arms wide open as if he's ready for that dagger. Like he knows.
I will kind of just drop it into my sleeve.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh my god, imagine he stabs himself in the forearm.
If this DC is high, if it's not high enough, he will throw it.
$35.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it.
Before the hag gave me my memories, full memories back, that is who I believe my father was. But I needed my father to get my mother back. Correct.
So,
Bakira, you visibly see Bakira start pacing as a dragonborn. You know, she's just like, the mother of dragons is your mother. I'm a dragonborn, so technically she's part of my lineage.
She's no longer my. I don't know who my parents are.
So
I don't
you don't even
recollect.
know for sure.
No.
So basically, you were being used.
Correct. I needed Zophos' soul to get my dad back. Because I need something off my dad to get my mom back.
Would I know? I would know enough about Vecna, right?
Make a history check.
Okay. 16.
You know of Vecna, but you don't know many specifics. You don't understand the power of Vecna's hand.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What, pray tell, could you need off of Vecna? I mean,
I needed his hand. And I needed his
eye.
eye.
I've got two. I'll give you one. I don't use both. I can fight one-handed.
It's kind of like folds her arms and is like, excuse you?
Alright, technically I do use both, and yeah, I kind of do need both of them, so let's scratch that. We can give you Belvis's hand.
It just doesn't work like that.
Okay.
With power my dad, my thought who my dad was, held, he could literally snap me out of existence with his left hand.
So safe to say that this Vecna hand is a powerful artifact.
Yes.
Is this something you're still pursuing? You're not pursuing? What direction are you going with this?
My only goal at this point is to ensure that Arlie doesn't die.
Okay. That's something we can work with.
At this point, that's all I care about.
Kira actually kind of goes and sits on the bed next to him. And it's just like, well, you're not the only one that's going to be looking after. You do know that, right?
But it's a little bit more than that. And
always is.
Turns to back to Van or Bakira, I guess, since Bakira's sitting right next to him. I don't know what these trials entail. I don't know what these legions are. But after the first legion and knowing what the cost it was to defeat them all, the cost is, I don't want to lose you guys. But I did intentionally cause harm to Bakira, and I intentionally caused harm via me sabotaging Sobek to have Willow dead. And he turns to Van and he goes, I know you're like the protector of the Raven. And if you need to kill me right here in this room, go for it. I wouldn't blame you. Because if you feel like you guys can't trust me, that's okay. But I wanted to tell you before we continued fighting the Legions.
I will say this. Trust neither here nor there. You had an opportunity against this last Legion to do whatever it is that you wanted to do, yet you chose to vamp us away for safety reasons, albeit if it was just to make sure Arlie was safe and secure, whatever. But you did the whole party. And a wise person once said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So
He just kind of nods his head a little bit, just like a courtesy nod, and he just says, well, I know I'm in your guys' bad books. For now, I lost trust, probably with the both of you.
Bakira just kind of looks at Van and is just like, be perfectly honest, wouldn't be the first time somebody tried to kill me. And she looks pointedly at Van.
He just looked up. My goal was never for you to die, Bakira, during your trial. Pretty sure the hag told you that you needed to prove your innocence. So, with that, if I need to rest, if you guys want me to go, I'll go. If you guys allow me, I will rest up. I'll get back up to full. And then I'll do whatever it takes.
Well,
to stop Zophos.
Korth, first of all, I appreciate you coming out with this. And second of all, it would be awful hypocritical of me to kick you out, or worse, for just a simple sabotage when my whole mission from the get-go was to kill Bakira, point blank, and anyone that was associated with her. And yet here we are, the fates, whatever, the Moonweaver, whatever, the gods, whatever, call it whatever you will. But we're together as this ragtag, fucked up family, and we've been presented with this whole Zophos shit now. So I think it's only fitting that the mercy that was bestowed upon me gets bestowed upon you, and you get some rest, and we'll figure out what it is that we need to do in regards to Zophos. But that doesn't mean that I'm not watching you.
And with that, we're going to take our break. We will be right back, everybody. All right, and we're back. So, last we left off, Van telling Korth that he is going to keep an eye on him. And you and after you guys finish the conversation, you guys go ahead and walk out so Korth can go ahead and rest.
Yeah.
Well, before they leave, Korth will just turn to Van and be like, "Can you do me a favor? And can you grab Arlie?"
Arlie is
Really
gonna
tired.
be kind of like by her room, kind of hiding behind the door as Van
And leave the
walks
door
out.
open. Leave a crack open for the door. I'm really tired and I really don't want to get up and grab the door. So if you could just grab her for me, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Sure. Get some rest. And I will look for Arlie.
Arlie, make a stealth check.
Oh, I can use my new dice.
And make a perception check.
Stealth on stealth.
Yeah, the ultimate rogue test.
Which rogue is better?
Van. I only have 3 levels of rogue, so
35.
he sees me.
Okay. Yeah, you walk out, and behind, like as you open the door, you feel a and you're like, Arlie.
I'll just kind of close the door a little bit and go,
Arlie kind of walks out and she's like, I need training on how to be a rogue.
almost, yeah. Get with me later. We'll work on it. And I'll kind of shuttle them into the room with Korth. And then I am going to, I want to go to, especially after having a conversation with Safi's dad about not underestimating them. I want to go check out the armory to see what we have,
Okay.
to see what we need, and then I need to get with Charlie to see if we can get the ravens that are tied to us into the main keep.
Okay.
So everybody has easier access.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go with you go into the armory. Make an investigation check.
Investigation 19.
Okay, so you're looking through the armory and something kind of catches your eye and something you've never seen before, and as you grab it and you pick it up, it is this, it's got a the what looks to be the handle similar to what you're used to with a crossbow, but there's no cables, there's no wires or anything. There is this long barrel with this huge cylinder on it. And you're not even sure what this thing is. It would be something you'd probably have to take to Charlie.
Okay, so I'll take that. Is there like a sling on it or anything like that? Or I'm going to take some of the rope out of my bag of holding, tie it to it, put that over my back, and take a quick stock of what we have, what we need to acquire, and then before I go to Charlie, I'm going to just message Belvis that I need to get with him at some point.
So Belvis still not knowing about these fucking
I'm
medallions.
gonna go. Why did you leave me? Get with me when you can.
Elvis, who again, he kind of found his kids, and it was start a training sparring thing. It's like, what's going on? He looks at Glomerex, and his daughter's like, are you two talking?
Does that sound like my voice?
And so I'll do that.
Who is speaking?
On the way to Charlie.
Okay.
Why did you leave me? Come find me when you can. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. And Belvis, you don't know how to answer back. You still don't know.
Would I know the man's voice at the end?
No. This kind of distorts voices because it's not perfected yet. So voices are kind of like muffled anyways and crackled.
Melvis just kind of shakes his head and is like, anyway, alright, let's get back to it. Sim stance, like I showed you, and let's begin the training.
Okay, so you go on. Charlie is back out front, still working on tinkering with the gate a little more.
Okay, so I will go to Charlie and say, hey, Charlie, a couple things. You got a second?
Not really, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, do you need a hand? We can work and talk.
Sure.
Okay.
Just hold this.
I'll hold that, and I pull with the other hand. I found this in the armory.
Charlie takes it, and it's big for Charlie. And Charlie just kind of studies it for a second. And is able to just hit a button. This cylinder rolls out and begins to spin. And the cylinder's about this long. It's huge. Like, for us, it would be the equivalent of being able to fit a .50 caliber.
Did you notice this when he was checking out the armory?
No. So you kind of takes and spins it, and it kind of creaks a little bit. It's old, and then she like puts it back in and looks up to you for a second, kind of looks over your back. I have an idea. Give me that. Pointing to the reap and sow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, give me it.
Charlie. And I'll hand the reap and sow.
And Charlie takes this. Charlie basically tells you what needs to be done on the gate while Charlie sits there and is pulling tools out and begins to just starts doing all this stuff. You see Charlie pulls out this like something like this, like a glyph, and begins to hover it over certain sections. As it glows, you hear boom, 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 and pieces go flying, springs are flying. You see wires and metal go, and finally it all stops, and Charlie turns around and hands you the new version of the reap and sow. With this, it can do all the same things that the reap and sow could do. However, the reap and sow is now a firearm.
Okay.
I want it. I want
It's
it.
The Reap and Sow now has a range on the low end of 200, on the high end of 800.
Wow.
It deals
Yard or
2d.
feet?
It deals 2d,
Yards.
200
Feet.
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 It deals 2d12 plus 4 force damage. You now, though, unlike your crossbow, you can fire 6 shots, and then you must use your bonus action to reload. If you roll a natural 1 on any attack, your gun will either jam or misfire, and it will require an action and a DC 15 tinkering check to repair before you can reload it again.
Okay.
And it will burn your action.
Okay. And the ammo, do I purchase that? Do I?
You can. So the needle that was originally with the Reap and Sow, that is automatically in there. It was changed to a bullet.
Oh, okay. So the same concept.
Yeah. So the bullet's the same concept. So that magically comes. You can purchase ammunition, but Charlie's the only one that can make it because firearms haven't been invented yet.
So might as well just go to Charlie.
And Charlie can make you special ammunition if you would like.
Really?
And Charlie looks at you. I could. This is not going to be easy to use. I could take some time and teach you how to use this the right way.
And I will look at Charlie and say, Charlie, I would absolutely welcome that.
And I'll say over the course of you guys, with everything that needs to be done here, you guys will probably be here, and the time that Korth needs to rest, you guys will probably be here about 3 days at least.
Okay.
So over the course of the next 3 days, a few hours a day, Charlie can teach you how to use this thing and stuff like that.
And is it attuned?
Yes, you do have to spend 24 hours to attune to it.
Okay, so at some point during that 3 days,
You'll have to sit with it for 24 hours total. Okay, so Arlie and Korth.
Arlie sheepishly goes into Korth's bedroom and shuts the door. Kind of just faces the door, knowing she's gonna get a talking to.
Korth is kind of laying with his back to the door, underneath all his blankets, grabbing with the pillow kind of next to him, and it's just
Arlie just goes up and kind of just climbs up onto the bed and kind of pokes Korth a little bit, hoping not to wake him up.
Korth, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God!
Why?
Give him a heart attack.
Do I have advantage since he poked me in bed? I'd be frightened. Do I have advantage on this roll?
No.
Oh shit.
14.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
nice.
So Korth dies from a heart attack. I'm kidding.
Oh, jeez.
I have a
No,
spell for that.
it's fine.
I spell for that.
No.
I love it.
So Korth, you do your heart definitely skips a beat.
I can tell audience members can tell you from first-hand experience. Ham has been known to do that. Just sneak up on you, don't hear anything next to you. You're like, Jesus. Stop that.
See,
Ari.
I'm sorry, Grandpa. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know you want to talk to me. I'm casting the wish spell on Belvish, slime person, and
Grandpa.
everything that happened yesterday.
I know how much the wish spell takes out of you. How much did it take?
I'm just really tired. Like, I just feel like just really tired. And every time I cast a spell, like, it takes more out of me than normally. And I'm just really, really tired.
Arlie
I'm
at this
being
point
honest.
is gonna lay down in the bed and like kind of like scoot up against the wall and just face Korth.
But kind of really sheepishly, like rubs his eyes. He kind of like sits up in the bed, kind of cross-eyed, his head kind of hunched over. And what did you want to talk to me about?
I know why you did it. I'm not happy why you did, but I know why you did it. But I need you to know that I'm an adult. Like, I can handle myself. I know you want to protect me, but Grandma told me to protect you, and so did Aunt Daff.
Oh, sorry.
That was perfectly timed.
That would have been better.
Man, you're a good. You're a good actor.
Damn,
Jesus.
Korth, way to go. Get in that character.
Sorry, I just you mean well, Ari. You really do. I know why you're very protective of me, and I get it. I've lost most of my memory when it comes to raising you. I know that, and I have a lot to make up for it. Ari, I know you're a big girl. I know you're a big girl, and you do a lot. I can't protect you from everything. I know that.
I still remember you
Of-
leaving, and then Grandma leaving. It just seems like everybody important to me leaves. My parents sent me to the Feywilds with Aunt Daff because after you and Grandma left, you know how much trouble I usually got into. Well, it was like 20 times worse.
I will do everything I can to make sure that you are safe. Okay, and I know you'll do everything to keep me safe. But I also wanted you to be aware of what was going on around you at that time. And for me, this was the only play I had left. If this went down poorly, I wanted just to be me suffering the consequences, not just you.
I know, but it's still hard. Like, I just got you back. I don't want to lose you again.
I just got everything back. This is like a brand new life for me.
Grandma talks to me sometimes. She asks how you're doing. And of course, because you're my favorite, granted you're the only grandpa I can recall meeting.
And you hear like a couple back, like as he's like tries to pop. Oh, wait, that's my back. Wait on.
I seriously thought you were keeling over.
I was just like, besides Grandpa Hadar.
Oh, we don't talk about him.
I know. He's weird.
Weird is kind of an understatement.
Well, Grandma talks to me, and of course, because you're like my favorite, I tell her that you're doing okay, but she still asks me every time how you're doing. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Elwyn came just shortly after Grandma left. And I don't think it was Aunt Daff that sent her, or sent him.
I think your grandmother, I should say, she's very protective. I will say that. And I love your grandma.
Can you just promise that you'll tell me before you just send me away again?
He reaches up and he taps that bone pendant, the necklace, and says, I'll never send you away.
Just let me help you fight. I know there's times that you're gonna have to do this certain spell I don't want you doing anymore. But can you just not do it too often? Like, let me fight, let me help.
Of course. And like kind of at this moment kind of like takes his small little gnomish hand and like pats her like on the head and maybe wipes a tear or whatever, that if there's any tears. I'm not sure if she was crying or
there's
not. But,
tears. There's tears. She's crying.
and wipes the tears away. I promise.
And I'm sorry I didn't tell you about Elowen and it kind of just came up as a surprise.
You know what would be a bigger surprise?
That you have great-grandchildren?
Well, I mean, I kind of I'm an old gnome. I'm an old fart. Like,
you're not old, Grandpa, especially considering gnome years. You're still young.
This is true.
But
really, the furbolg, that furbolg, like, I understand, like, the straw and silent type, but man, he takes it to a whole nother level.
You can blame Bavarian?
I am not blaming Bavarian. Bavarian is a very dear friend. No.
He is the one that introduced us. And it kind of just...
You could have chosen any other man. I'm just pointing this out. Come on. Like, you could have chosen anybody.
I knew that rose for something.
You hear behind you. Wow, say it to my face.
I knew that rose for something.
As he appears.
Fuck off!
Athea looks at Elwyn's like, how long have you been there? As she's trying to wipe her eyes away from the tears.
Well, since they first came in here, I heard, looking at Korth, everything.
I mean, this is true. I mean, you did kind of just sneak in.
Are you going to tell her?
Tell her what?
What you told...
Ari's just looking back and forth between the two.
What you told Van and Bakira.
And in that moment, Dan senses a twinge in the back of his head and grabs popcorn.
If I look at a beer really hard 3 times, I'll say Van, and
I would appear behind them.
The Raven sense.
No, he looks down and says, I mean, might as well. I'm pretty sure at this point it won't be long before the others know. And just turns over to Ari. I had a hand in bringing Zophos back.
Ari just kind of is like, Grandma kind of told me certain stuff that needs to happen. So I kind of understand why Zophos needs to be back.
No. Your grandmother was...
Release great-grandma? Yeah.
But she didn't tell you what I did in order to... She doesn't know. Because I kept it in secret. I sabotaged Bakiris. Sobex, and had almost a hand in sabotaging Vans. There's a reason why I was sent to the Feywild for Belvish. It wasn't for me to find answers. Daff found out.
Aunt Daff finds out everything. Trust me, she told me when she was a kid she found out about all your shenanigans.
But it cost us Willow. And it cost Bakir to almost get hanged.
Not mad, or I'm just kind of shocked. But I still love you. You're still my grandpa. I've done bad things in my life. Maybe not that bad.
Looks over at the Furbolg and
Before I met him.
and looks back to Ari and says, I'm not just saying this just because he's here, but I'm glad you're happy.
I am happy. There's just days, and he can tell you that there are days that I just miss you and Grandma. I miss our family. What we used to have when I was a kid. Me and Grandma would gang up on you and Aunt Daff.
I don't remember. I don't. The last thing I remember was I guess leaving.
Well, you and Grandma had a huge fight. I don't know what about. But I heard the fight.
At this, you see Korth like kind of squint his brain, and he remembers words were being said. He can't remember exactly what was said, but tears do fall out of his eyes, and says, I remember beach and pieces, but not the whole thing.
Yeah, it didn't sound happy. But you taught me everything I needed to know. And then you were the one that pointed me in the direction of learning to become a rogue before my druid abilities started showing.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Hopefully someday that you'll get your memories back. But just know that I have very fond memories of you.
He kind of smiles and says, and kind of, reaches up and kind of taps her on the head. I have a feeling I will remember sooner rather than later.
I think Grandma's starting to remember because she's starting to withdraw a lot.
Your grandmother, from what I remember, wasn't really super forthcoming with her feelings. You just gotta give her time.
I know. Who do you think I learned to shut my emotions out from?
Looks back at the Furbolg and says, well, obviously it wasn't me. I was very forthcoming with how I felt about him.
You taught me how to prank, along with Aunt Daff, much to Grandma's chagrin. And Mom and Dad's. Very much Mom and Dad's.
He just... Well, I hope one day that I will remember everything. I can remember what I taught you. But in case I haven't said this before, and I will say it again. You are young, and I want you to live your best life. There's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to make hard choices. My life is almost done. I'm getting old.
I already had
And while I'm always...
choice. I walked away from my children.
You think...
To find you
Yes.
and Grandma.
Turns back, looks at the Furbolg. Are they with Aunt Daff now?
Yes, they are.
And then looks back and says, your Aunt Daff has got them as your husband. Made sure that they were well protected.
I know. And then as Arlie is feeling too much emotion, she's gonna wild shape into a Kenku. And that would Korth would recognize the Kenku.
Not again.
You
You had to know this was coming for the fact that I DM'd you. Do I need to expend a spell?
I knew it was coming. I was saying not again as Elowen.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that elf was way too pretty. That elf was way too pretty. And then Mom says, just do me a favor. Don't ever shape into Mr. Whiskers again. That is you left fleas everywhere. And as a hulking minotaur, those fleas, I still think I missed one behind my ears.
Arlie kind of looks at Korth. Okay. Do Kenkus talk common and stuff?
They can if they've learned it. They mimic stuff more than anything. They can speak broken common.
Yes. So, Arlie is gonna be like, who? Mittens.
Just looks. Oh. Mr. Whiskers is an old friend of mine.
The cat appears on your shoulders, Korth. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Christ, he's there.
What's gonna happen?
$28.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
And let the man rest, will ya?
Mr. Whiskers, I told you. Do that.
Mr. Whiskers in the Kenku form or the cat form?
Cat. And he's just purring and rubbing up against Korth.
Okay. Wait, Mr. Whiskers. How was Ari? This is Mr. Whiskers.
Ari just kind of looks at the cat and just like,
pleased to meet you. And you're shocked to hear this cat speak.
Ari is still in Kenku form and just is kind of like backing up, like, and starts to tumble off of the bed. If Elwyn could catch me.
Let's see. Hold on, let me pull up his character sheet.
Oh God.
Please tell me he has good dex.
I mean, he's a monk, so...
That is true.
Hold on. So, as you go to fall, he reaches his long arms over and catches you.
And just as he catches her, she pops back into human form. Or in halfling form. And looks and is like, did that cat just talk?
I did not realize when I married this woman that I was going to get multiple personalities.
Still in
it's-
Elwyn's
She
arms,
wishes
looks
to try
up
for
and's like,
one.
I don't have multiple personalities.
Let's see which one we get today.
And then you see Korth look at the firm. Okay, I take everything back at what I said about you. You are awesome, my friend. I approve.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, I'm a dead man. I'm in close quarters with a monk.
Arlie versus Elwyn.
Oh god, that actually would be kind of fun.
Arlie would die.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the cat turns into an elf.
Oh, Elwyn just kind of like. Okay, is Elwyn in his furbog or in his halfling form?
Furbog.
Arlie just kind of like quickly scrambles around onto his back and kind of like is peeking out like, what the fuck? I mean, I know I'm a druid, but what the fuck?
Hello.
Hi.
He was wondering if he had ever had a chance to meet, to go over everything.
By the way, your grandmother says hello.
Is she still in a mood?
Isn't she always? That's where you get it from, I suppose.
I'm not always in a mood.
Ellen goes. Ellen goes.
She says, pouting.
And then the elf just kind of like stares off into space. Yes. Okay. I have to go.
Arlie's still on Elwyn's back, like, Grandpa, I'm gonna let you rest, and I'm gonna go do something. And she quickly scrambles down Elwyn's back and runs off.
And
Turns
Elwyn
to the football. Make sure the door is closed all the way tightly, please.
just stares at you for a minute, rolls his eyes, and like goes underneath this door and slams it shut as hard as he can.
As soon as the door slams shut, Korth is gonna roll over with his back kind of peeking over. Ish, and pulls out the deck.
Oh, God damn it, Korth.
You guys left me alone with the deck before he goes off to sleep. He just wants to see if he can get any good. There's a reason why I'm pulling. I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it simple. I'm only gonna pull 4 cards. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Only 4.
Only 4.
Only.
How about just 2?
I was gonna say.
Well, his normal
One
number
is
is
simple.
5. So, I mean, 4.
My lowest has been 5.
All right, 4.
First one is void.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
fourth.
that- Crap.
Alignment
see us-
change.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
What was
That's
his
it.
Well, at least you
alignment?
told Kira in advance.
Oh crap! What card do you think I always draw?
No.
Oh.
Uriel.
I don't know what that is.
What does that do?
Of course. I always have to draw it.
What does it do?
No.
Of course I did.
Fucking A.
As nobody sees Korth just go blank.
Oh,
And then snaps right back out of it.
And as soon as the void card is poofed out of existence, you see Korth's face kind of shrivel up, and now he's got a long white beard trimming down his face.
So, are you the Travelocity gnome now?
Gandalf?
Yes.
No. It's not super long, down past his feet. It's maybe belly. Oh, dang it. Freaky Friday.
Korth, just keep in mind that Uriel, you take a -2 penalty to all saving throws.
Okay.
Oh.
Until either a god or Magic of the Fates card ends the curse.
Okay.
I mean, you know 2 gods, so please use those 2 gods.
Okay. And then, question. The Comets one. What was Comets again?
Comet is hold on. Let me remember.
I have a feeling
Comet is if you single-handedly win your next battle, you gain a level.
Right. Yep. No, that is something I thought it was. Okay. All right. Let me put it down in my notes. And then yeah. Otherwise, after drawing the void, he goes to sleep.
While this was happening, Safi's sitting in her room and she's going to look at the medallion once we get to her.
Oh, and Arlie ran into her room but left it open for Elwyn.
Okay, so Safi, you sit down on your bed. Everybody, you've kind of established your rooms already. So you sit down on your bed and you take a big deep breath and you open up the cloth and you see a medallion about this big that is it is a full raven with its wings spread out, its talons down, and the circle is just a ton of feathers.
That's cool.
Is it just a normal medallion, or does it look like there's anything I can...
As far as you can tell, it's a normal medallion.
Okay.
Unless you... the only way you'd be able to tell if it's anything other than that is, identify magic, stuff like that.
Let me see. And I don't have that, so, is there a way for me to attach it to my chest piece?
Yeah, easy enough. You can...
Yeah,
it's got a leather strap. Okay. So you can strap it to yourself. If you want it permanently affixed, you could probably go to Charlie and have it permanently affixed.
Okay.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
All this would still be kind of going through the ropes. Basically, he's trying to teach his daughter and his son the basic fighting stances, trying to get them something more to utilize to fight with them. And then obviously his daughter's a very powerful druid, but he's trying to get her to learn how to fight with her physicals and everything, especially in Corvix.
Easy enough. Take you most of the day to get through a training regiment.
Various martial arts stands, crane. I guess the best montage think like Karate Kid, but instead of there's a fish on like doing all the various karate moves. And I guess once Bellis is done with that, he's gonna go to. Correct me if I'm wrong, Van. You've already told Bellis about the ravens and they can fly and everything, send messages, right?
Yeah, I told you that they're in the ship. We're actually in the process of moving them to the keep.
So Belvis is going to go to the ship and he's going to get a pen and quill and he's going to write a letter that he needs to send to his old gladiator company, the one he toured around and fought with. And he's going to write a letter to the head, the head of it, Commodus. That's the guy who runs the company, former gladiator, human. And he's just kind of, yeah, Combs. It's been a while. I know parting didn't end on the best of terms, but something grave has happened, and I need you to bring what's left of the company to the. And Belvis will just give the location, not necessarily the keep location, but like somewhere that he can meet them up with, and then he can like hash out like details and kind of make this reunion less awkward, or at least get this awkward reunion done.
Okay.
I sincerely hope you're well. You bet. Best regards, Del. And he just kind of rolls up, seals it, and kind of gives it to the raven, attaches it to the raven. He just grabs the raven, takes outside. It's like, okay, go.
Takes off.
Well, that's that. Oh, I'm gonna go get some ale.
Roll me a straight d20.
Straight.
Not you, Elvis. Just a straight d20.
8.
Oh shit.
No, it wasn't for Belvis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was for Van. Van rolled a 9.
Sorry.
Oh shit.
Okay. Bakira, as you and Van are walking, Van just drops to the floor, unconscious.
Fuck my fucking raven!
Shit. Bakira, like, literally is just like, fuck,
Oh,
fuck.
shit. My fucking raven's dead.
Where, so, she's gonna try and pick him up and try to get him to...
Would
Make-
Ollie
make-
see this because she's
Bakira.
going to find Charlie?
Make a strength check, Bakira.
I have advantage on strength.
You guys aren't in this. They're further along than you are.
And since I do have advantage on strength, so,
You do not need to make any death saving throws.
so 16.
Okay, we are trying something new. We are not going to be rolling any more death saving throws if somebody goes down. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to take and roll a d6. You will have whatever I roll, which I will not tell anybody. You will have that many rounds before the person dies permanently. So this gives more of a sense of urgency. And also some of you that are really shitty at your rolls and people that have a high DC for their death saving throws, this technically helps you.
Yeah.
So yes. So with your roll, Bakira, you would be able to pick them up.
Alright.
Kind of like,
Alright.
kind of like draw on your wolf strength to pick him up.
And like have him like hunched over me, like I'm holding his arms and his feet are dragging behind me because he's so much taller than me. It's just like, and as I'm looking for Sobek to heal his ass. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on. He just dropped. What the fuck?
I'd be in like some kind of either the I don't know if the war room would be unlocked or if it's not the temple.
Temple.
Okay, so yeah, he'd be in the temple, kind of chatting with the priest a bit more.
Metagaming pigeons, shut up.
Fuck. So Kira wouldn't know this. Shit! She's gonna use her sense of smell!
Okay,
There
go
you
ahead
go.
and roll a perception check.
Alright. Oh, I love having advantage on all my rolls! It's great. It's fine. I'm good. Fuck. Okay, so that was an 11. Was my highest. That was great.
And I will say in this case, since we're not in combat, this goes by minutes, like real minutes. Based off of what I roll. And 2 minutes have passed already, I will just say that.
Oh shit.
So with that, you're sniffing. There's too many smells. You can't really.
God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! So she bellows. That is fucking down! Someone come help!
Make a performance check.
Oh god.
I mean, it probably would have been easier to use the intercoms that everybody has, but go ahead and make a performance check.
She doesn't know how to use the damn thing!
Ben hasn't taught anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan.
So 18!
Okay.
I'm on performance.
Everybody hears an echo of Bakira's voice. You can't really make it out, but you guys are able to pinpoint where it's from for the most part. You just hear, all you hear is, Van! Down!
Belvis, after
Sobek is taking off.
Yeah, Belvis
Ari's
moves
taking off.
too.
Okay.
So do I find them pretty easily?
Everybody is going to make a perception check.
Oh god.
Let's use the god dice. The Anubis dice.
Well, at least I have a +10 on that.
DM, do you want me to roll one, or since I'm on the ship?
Nope, you are asleep.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check and make sure.
Safi's
9.
probably rolling at disadvantage because she's kind of letting it all out in the room.
16.
I have a 9.
I have a dirty 20.
Belvis, you're able to find them easily.
16.
Arlie, it's going to take you another minute to get there.
Belvis. What's going on?
Safi, you're able to get there pretty quickly. It will take you 2 minutes to get there, Sobek.
No,
Well,
We are
good
at-
thing you have a
We are at 4 minutes right now.
Alright.
what happened to that?
Let me know when I get there.
You're
No,
there.
he just dropped! I don't know!
Alright, let's get him somewhere we can lay him down and see what get him properly looked at. Where DM would like to do a perception check to see what's the closest spot of the keeper in.
You're there. You can.
Yeah, like what room? I mean, dirty 26.
Closest would be the chapel.
All right, Belva's kind of like, come on, move it, and he just runs to he just pushes the doors open to the chapel, and he's like, put him on the altar, lay him out there.
Wouldn't they have just run past Sobek at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Sobek has to like do like a comedic and then turn around.
Yeah, the person that can bring him back. Yeah.
Well, hey, you have another person.
Like, hey, Sobek, get back over here!
Sobek's gonna get to him and try to figure what's wrong.
Kira, as you lay Van down, suddenly his body goes even more limp.
Oh!
As his skin begins to grow cold.
No. We need.
As would they notice this? Would we notice this? Okay, then he's gonna quickly, just to test it, do cast Spare the Dying.
Okay, give me a d20. Add your wisdom modifier.
I hate that's a 6.
You go to reach out. There's nothing. You can't feel any power.
What's wrong with him?
Okay, I'm going to try and cast Healing Word at 8th level. Nothing? Okay, then I am going to take out all the stuff that I need to do and cast Reincarnate.
Do you have the spell components?
Yes. You did. I asked you to put them in my inventory because I didn't know where I couldn't find them.
Okay. So you
Fairy van.
You begin to touch Van, and you begin to, this takes about an hour. So over the next hour, you begin to cast this. I need Van, I need you to roll a D100. So roll your this
and a
D20.
And a D20?
Yes.
Sappy's hugging Bakira the whole time that she's trying to revive him.
Arlie's just like,
90.
please.
90?
Please work. Oh, shit. I have it up.
Okay. So, that's to see what you come back as.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So the way Reincarnate works is a new body forms, and then so you see as Arlie's casting this right next to Van, this body begins to, like, bones appear and connect to each other. Then layers of muscle over that. Then skin rolls out onto the body, forming a human version of what Van looks like.
What the
Arlie, what do you say to Van to bring his soul back? Because you still have to get his soul willing to enter the other body.
Arlie, like, just kind of, like, closes her eyes and with tears just streaming down her face and is like, Van, please come back. Not for me, not for the group, but for Bakira. You promised Grandma you would take care of Bakira. Please, please, come back.
Do I need to roll?
No? Does Van respond to that? Is Van pulled back into that body?
Yeah, Van would be pulled back in.
So all of a sudden you see Van's elven body just disintegrate. All of his stuff is still there, but his body basically just, like the rapture, his body just disappears. And you see as the human body sits up.
Arlie's like, thank God, and then passes out.
What?
Because it took a lot out of her to cast those.
Safi's gonna whisper to Bakira, I've seen the way he looks at you. If you feel the same, you might want to tell him before you lose the chance.
Bakira like launches herself at him and just hugs him. And she's like, don't you ever fucking scare me like that again!
Sobek's gonna shrink back.
Arlie's just like laid out on the floor, just passed out.
I'm gonna hug Bakira, but look at my hand while I'm hugging her.
Your coloring is about the same. That pale, almost bluish. You get the sense that your color will probably change over the next few days, but that pale bluish. So essentially, everything will look the same to you. You're a little more stout than your half elven form, which was a lot more skinny. But
beefier.
Yeah. You've got a little more skin on your bones, but you really won't notice the difference until you look into some type of mirror and see your facial structures have changed. You don't have as jagged of a chin. It's not as sharp. You have human ears. Your hair is still the same. You've got long black hair still. Your eye color is no longer this yellowish color. It's more of a blue, like a baby blue.
Belvis is also, while this is going on, Belvis is like, I'm gonna go wake up Cole. Maybe he can explain, maybe what the hell's happened.
I'll look at Bakira and kiss her on the neck and whisper in her ear, what fucking happened?
I don't know. You just dropped.
Wait. What do you mean I just dropped?
You literally just went down. I don't know what happened. Like, you died. You died.
That can't. No. And I'm gonna go back to where the ravens were.
Okay.
Arlie's still just
Bakira's
passed out
like-
on the floor.
Belvis.
Oh, she's on the floor. I'm not focused on the fucking ravens.
Yeah, Arlie still passed the fuck out.
Knocks on the door.
So Belvis left Arlie on the floor. Van and Bakira have left Arlie on the floor. Sobek, are you still in there?
Sobek's in there.
Safi's in there too.
Okay.
And Savvy.
Okay.
He'll check on her just to see if she's still alive, but
Make a medicine check. Belvis, what are you doing?
Belvis just kind of jogs up the court door and goes and just like starts knocking.
And no. But I will say, Korth, your first rest day is interrupted, which means you now have to do an additional 3 days on top of this. So every time you guys interrupt him, it's adding on 3 days that Korth cannot fight.
Yeah. He
So
needs to
Safi's gonna
fucking
pick
rest.
Arlie up and
I will
try to
just
take
tell you,
her
out of
away.
character, if Korth casts one more spell, he is
dead.
going to die.
Oh.
Like, for good.
So he
There
needs
is no
to
bringing
rest.
him back.
Rest.
But this already happened, so you banged on the door.
Well, he,
by the way.
What?
cool,
Did-
cool.
What, fish boy? I'm trying to sleep!
Something's happened. Something magical. Van went down.
You can't
Get
You
your
can't
lips
understand
off
it.
the floor! I can't understand you!
Belvis is like just opens the door
You can't.
You can't open the door.
You go to open the door and your head hits against
gosh.
the door.
Golly, okay.
Like, hold on. Behind Belvis, you just feel this hand grab your shoulder.
What? What's that?
You don't see anything but a hand.
What's going on here?
As the rest of the body of the Furbolg appears.
That's badass. Like Predator style? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, Korth opens up the door.
Go back to sleep.
And
it's
like
fine.
Safi's gonna carry Arlie.
And he
away.
Pulls the door shut.
Because she would have went to take her to a room.
And
come into bed
and
probably throws the blanket.
Elowin just whispers in Belvis's ear, you guys are used to this, like the last time you saw this, he was like very like perky and all of that, and you think kind of slow, and he just whispers in Belvis's ear, you wake him up again, I will kill you.
Oh, this is,
And he squeezes your shoulder pretty hard, and then disappears.
Belvis is very confused. He's like, I'll stop him like that. And he kind of goes back to the chapel. Doesn't know he doesn't know what else to do. He was just trying to.
Safi was carrying Arlie over to the dorms.
Okay, so Arlie and Sobek and Safi. So Safi's carrying Arlie, Sobek's walking with, and back to the dorm. So Belvis, by the time you get to the temple, everybody's gone.
Belvis is like, now Belvis already left. Belvis left before Van and Bakira said where they were going, so he doesn't know where they're going.
Correct.
Belvis just like,
I didn't grab my shit.
No.
So all my shit. So all he sees in the chapel is my shit.
Well, and you're also butt ass naked.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Heading towards the ship.
So you're just running butt ass naked towards the ship, and I will say because Belvis is coming off the ship. You're running to the ship, Belvis. All you see is this naked human just fucking running past you.
You're tearing ass after him.
I mean, Belvis is like.
I will say, Bakira has Van's robes and is like running after him like this, trying to get the robes put on him.
Belvis is like, why tonight?
And
he just
the way Van's running, it's like a baby deer just coming to life. So he's like,
oh my god,
right.
Belvis turns around and he's like, "Ay!" and just like tries following them.
So you guys are able. You go to where the ravens are. Bakira catches up to you and is able to robe you. Now your weapons and everything are still over there.
Yeah. I'll deal with those.
I never thought I'd have to chase a naked human again.
Again.
I never thought I'd be a naked human. So there's that.
Yeah, we might see one in the Benefactor season next.
Look at Bakira, and I'll give a smile. And then I go over to where the ravens are, and I'm going to look for my name.
So Bakira, this is the first time you're seeing these ravens. You see a black raven with little bits of purple feathers poking through, and underneath that says Bakira. And then where there's a cage right next to that, you see Van with a red line through it. Fuck!
Belvis sees it too, right? Oh, what your bed?
I'm dead. I was dead. My bird died. They're linked. They're joined. They're combined. That's how.
This is the first time you guys are hearing of this.
That's how the bird responds to us. It has our DNA. It has our linking. It has our entity, whatever you want to call it. If your bird falls, you fall.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. You fall, your bird falls. I don't know at what point
and again, you do not know if your message made it or not.
I was just I sent before we left the old keep. I sent a message to the Scarlet Brigade via the Raven before I told any of you about their existence, to try and get a message to them to recruit as much help as we could to see if they could muster their numbers. I don't know if that message even made it.
I suddenly don't feel very well because I just sent my Raven to my old gladiator company, addressed to my old company leader.
As Belvish drops, I'm kidding.
He's me and him have parted on good terms, and I hope he doesn't kill me. Because he said he insinuated he might want to strangle me if we ever met next.
Why would you send a message to him then?
Because he's the best blood. He manages and he hires the best bloody fighters in the king in all the realm. That's why. That's why I've asked for his help. I'm not so bloody egotistical and vain that I'm not gonna ask for help.
Okay, fair enough. Then
but now I suddenly feel like I need a drink because I'm probably gonna.
Oh, you're that? Yeah, we definitely need a drink. So until you hear otherwise, you need to let our healers know to keep an eye out for you. Because if you just inadvertently fall, your fucking bird's dead.
Thank you. Who the Belvis is just saying this to, not to anyone in particular. It's like, this bloody IU was at the lake of magical bed on gods. Gods at the deep lake. Never have slept home.
Yeah, daughter would have actually had to spend time with her dad.
But I mean, they are rather handy. But now our problem is we're one bird short, and we don't know if that message made it there. And fuck, where are the fucking rest of my clothes? Why am I in a fucking robe?
Back at the chapel. Back at the chapel, since you decided to tear ass all the way here, and I just had time to grab a robe.
Yes, Van, thank you for that image. I have not yet. The last time I saw a naked human running with what the gods gave him, I was still a gladiator, and I was chasing after one of my fighting mates after he had gotten hit down a barrel of ale. Thank you for.
And I'm gonna look at Belvis, and I'm gonna go, I'm too sexy for my body. Too sexy for my body.
Now,
as I walk out.
Belvis is like, no, I need that.
Sappy's gonna.
To the little tavern room.
So I'm gonna take Bakira's hand and go back to the chapel to get my stuff and gear up, and then instruct her on the use of the intercom, and get with the rest of the group and instruct them on the use of the intercom.
Well,
and
then you're
also,
gonna find out that Arlie doesn't have an intercom as soon as she wakes up.
Yeah, Safi, I will say Safi's
And
getting Arlie into bed.
No, Belvis is the only one I'm
Okay,
not going to tell.
You're going to teach everybody how to use it but Belvis.
Correct. I'm going to teach everybody but Belvis. And I'm also going to inform everyone of the Ravens and the significance and what the fuck just happened. Okay. And Bakira and I are going to drink while we're doing so.
Okay. Yeah, you can take some time to do all of that. So over the course of the next few days, you guys are able to learn everything that you can about the Ravens. You teach everybody but Belvis about the intercom.
And we'll get Charlie to make one for...
Correct. Arlie will have one as well. So Arlie, you'll have a Raven pin. I mean, you could just give her Belvis's, but...
no, Belvis needs his.
But... and I will say... I'm going to say day 2.
Can I take another long rest? Would I be taking a long rest now since I...
Yeah. So day 2, you decide that it's time to venture to floor 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Arlie's gonna go talk to Charlie first as soon as she's able to get up because that's where she was headed. Was to talk to Charlie about the armor.
Okay. So let's do floor 4.
Okay.
So who's with Van? And actually, I will say Charlie is with Van.
Arlie's with.
Okay, so
we'll go this time.
Okay. The group.
Okay, so everybody but Korth, of course.
The group's all back.
Everybody but Korth because Korth is resting. Correct.
He's resting.
Unless somebody decides that they want to interrupt him.
No, Sappy makes sure the door's completely shut.
Anybody interrupts him, I shoot them.
Okay. So
Anybody
I will say
gonna slit their throat with the
I will say
probably avoiding that whole area.
I will say Elwyn is standing guard outside of his.
Okay.
Invisibly.
Outstanding.
Belvis is just avoiding the dorm area. He's just been sleeping in the armory because
he's so fucking terrified of this furball. So we finally found somebody that scares the shit out of Belvis. So you go up the stairs. You're on the first floor. You go up the second floor, where you had the great hall and the bathhouse and everything through the theater.
Mm-hmm.
You go up to the third floor where are the quarters for all of the different aspects. Then you finally get to the fourth floor, and there is actually pieces of the wall that have caved in.
Okay.
And Charlie I can't. If I blow this, we could collapse the entire thing on our heads.
Do we
Could
need to take
I
it out?
cast Mold Earth?
You can hold on. Let me look at the exact spell. Let's see.
Because wouldn't it be considered loose earth?
Okay. Yeah, you can do it up to a 5-foot cube. But I believe you have it as a cantrip, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so it would take you a little bit, but you could essentially just take bits and pieces and move them, because she can only move them up to 5 feet. So the rest of you would have to just move them out of the way.
Make it like a chain.
Yep.
Down the stairs, and each one, as she moves them, we'll grab it and
so
go down with it.
It'd probably take you about an hour or so to get it all done. And as you guys walk in, Right to your right, you see, you open the door and it looks to be an old rundown storage room. You see crates there, various crates and barrels, essentially. Some shelving in there.
Wow. Doesn't look like much is here.
Are any of them labeled?
Nothing is labeled, but some crates are piled on top of each other. Barrels are piled on top of each other.
Belvis would be the first to try to go into the area.
Arli's gonna
Okay.
go.
Belvis goes up to one of the barrels and kind of testing it, shaking and poking to see if he can hear anything and gives an indication of what's in there. Be it
Everybody roll
Where
initiative.
the
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's what I was waiting for.
Mimic barrel.
Mimic
Just
barrels.
kidding. No, you go and shake the barrel and you hear some sloshing.
Okay.
I'll check one of the crates if I
Belvis
can
kinda
reach
hear it and
one.
is like, kind of pries open the top of the barrel.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Uh, 19.
Okay, you're able to rip it open, and you look inside, and you smell alcohol. Like
The Carol,
very strong.
Ooh.
Yeah, Belvis.
Okay.
The Carol would be like,
I think I found something here you might be able to shed some light on.
Okay.
Belvis will kind of just, he moves out to the next crate, like an actual crate, and just kind of...
Arlie's looking at the crate that if she can reach one.
You could, you would, there's some small crates that you could probably reach.
Arlie's gonna reach and try to get one of the small crates.
Okay.
And then she's gonna try and open it.
Strength check.
So
If
let's
you're
gonna try
if
to
you're
look
breaking it
for
open.
any other
Can I cast
rooms.
guidance on myself?
Yeah?
I'm casting guidance on myself. Because I think it's...
Oh yeah, hey Allie, you need some help there.
I'll give you guidance, Harley.
It doesn't stack.
Okay.
No.
Nat one. No.
That one is actually, it's a mimic crate.
Well-
If it's a nat one, yes.
Oh,
I'm
no.
immune to crit, so I don't care if it's a now one. 12.
But nobody else is immune to crit. 12, it's a small enough crate. You're able to rip it open as dust flies in your face. You're kind of yeah, your allergies start acting up.
Yes, I know
And-
it's hilarious. The druid has allergies.
That's funny. That is funny. That is funny.
She's also lactose intolerant.
That's awesome.
But we made her as close to Pam as possible.
That's great.
You open the crate and you see various food items, various pastries and breads.
Can I tell if
most
they're
of
still good?
most of which have some mold on them.
Arlie's just gonna kind of be like, ew, and kind of push it as far away
And
from her as she can.
As you move it, you see a rat jump out of the box and
Arlie jumps, screams, and books it the fuck out of there.
Oh,
and the rat just kind of sits there and just like looks around and then just starts eating the bread.
Yeah,
this is
Arlie's
bringing back
out.
Some IRL memories that Pan knows, but I will not speak.
Oh, I know of it too.
Oh, yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up, both of you. I can't hit you, but I can get someone to hit you. You, I know where you sleep.
DM Belvis is gonna go to. Belvis wants to find like the largest crate in the room and try and break it open.
Strike check.
And you no longer
These
have
things
someone
are-
to cast guidance.
these things aren't hard to find, so
You need guidance? I'll cast guidance on you.
Let's see. I got dirty 21. I rolled a 17 plus 4 straight modifier.
you're able to just break it open.
Yeah.
Inside, you see various herbs and flour and
Yeah.
various cooking things that don't degrade as quickly.
It looks like this is just a storeroom of some kind. Probably half this stuff's gotta have to be thrown out because it's just moldy and disgusting. But I mean, I guess the ale's still good, right? Cat, you left some for the rest of us, right?
Are you drinking it?
Bakira is actually going to smell it.
It smells like alcohol. smells like very strong alcohol, but it smells like alcohol.
Did you try any yet?
Fuck it. Bakira's trying some.
Okay.
The alcohol.
Van's trying. Van's already died once.
Okay, so I need Bakira. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Van, I need you to make one at disadvantage because you are now human.
Oh,
because I'm now
shit.
human.
For once, Bakira has to make a Constitution saving throw on alcohol. Fuck!
The first one's a natural 20.
Can he keep
come on,
natural
man.
20?
So,
I mean,
hold on. I have to do math because the math on this.
Did
Cast
you really
guidance
just
on
go from
yourself.
natural 20 to natural 1, Van? Did you really just go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows?
No, thank God. Thank God. Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
That would be a
Thanks.
dirty 21 on mine.
Thanks to the Raven's Nest dice. 19.
Okay. So you both take the drink, and it is the most potent alcohol you have ever tasted. You, even with those rolls, your mouth goes numb, and you begin slurring words. You can't feel your tongue.
I think that tongue is like not working anymore.
Sappy sees that and tries to sip.
All right, Safi, make me a Constitution saving throw.
23.
Bakira actually
same
is
thing
like
happens to
bleeding
you.
on man.
Belvis takes the lid of
Jesus
this.
Christ.
Belvis goes over and takes the lid of the alcohol barrel and just slams it down on there. It's like, all right, enough of that.
All right,
Why
this
the fuck you gotta be such a party pooper?
this you guys will be like this for the next 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, got it.
3 hours drunk as fuck. Bakira's being like really affectionate to Van. It's fine.
Works.
Belvis just shakes his head, takes the lid of the barrel, and slams it on there, and be like, all right, enough of that. And he also takes another crate, not a big crate, well, not a small crate, but not the biggest crate, and he puts it on top of the barrel.
Okay.
And he's like, all right, let's keep looking around. Nobody touch that because.
All right. So you guys, 3 of you stumble your way out into the room right across, and as you open the door, you see a long table with various devices everywhere and tinkerer's tools all over the table.
Ooh, shiny.
Okay.
And she walks over.
Can I look and see if there's anything I can use?
Yes, roll at disadvantage.
You're drunk.
Yeah, I want to look too.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, disadvantage, and I'm doing a
Perception. Or investigation.
Somebody's gonna look to Charlie and go, and this is why you shouldn't drink.
You can do perception.
Mm-hmm.
You said perception or investigation?
Investigation, yeah.
23.
I had 7.
Okay. Safi, you're like trying to grab things that are floating out in front of you.
Where are you going? Get in my hand.
And you begin going through, you see various tinkerer tools. various cogs and stuff. And with this, Charlie's right there next to you. Just before you can look at half of it, Charlie's just grabbing it and putting it into a bag.
Charlie! Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've taught you some.
I know. I just got excited. I'll get with you later. And while you're still looking around, you all see Charlie in there, like actually tinkering with something really quickly, and just takes, and you see Charlie give you this large projectile and hands it to you. What is this?
As he's drunk.
That's the first of many. That's you'll have to wait and see when you can remember.
Let me try it out.
No!
And as you load it in, you see a red mark on the back of it.
Why has it got a red mark?
Belvis would like to try and grapple the object out of Van's hands.
What's that little thing?
Van, make a sleight of hand.
Disadvantage still? Oh yeah, that's a natural one.
Belvis, make a grappling check.
That's a natural one. Yeah.
What would grappling check be under?
Athletics.
Oh, actually, no, it's not. I'm sorry. That's a 7, not a 1. So, sleight of hand.
I got a dirty 22.
Which, 10... Bro, I'm sorry, but even at disadvantage, it's a 32.
So, he's able to lock and load this thing before you're even able to get over there. And it's loaded in there.
Van, listen. Put it down. We'll get when you're sober. I'll take it outside personally, and we'll try it out.
And you fire it at Belvis.
I was about to say
Make an
no.
attack. Make an attack roll.
Oh, bloody goddamn.
Disadvantage or advantage?
Disadvantage because you're in close range.
Oh god.
First one was a natural 20.
Oh!
No, it's at disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So it's the cure wounds.
So you know that Van
Whatever the plus is on that.
You know, you do realize that Van's gonna still pull it to like a 35.
Yeah, so
right?
then it's a straight roll.
So,
Actually, I'm sorry. On that, add what the reap and sow bonus is on that one.
Shit.
Everything else, it'll be the other one.
Babe, you're dead.
so add the what?
The reap and sow plus,
Oh, okay.
because that specific thing doesn't have a plus on it.
Okay. So for the reap and sow,
I quickly cast
It's,
Shield of Faith on Belvis.
17, 23.
Okay, 23
Yeah.
hits.
23.
So he fires, and this thing hits you, and this puff of red just as this seeps into your skin, and you feel rejuvenated, like a healing spell just got cast on you.
Oh my god.
As Van just used his new artificer ability to
Fucking cool.
cast cure wounds.
Oh, it's like a syringe gun or something?
Alright.
So Van now has 4 levels in artificer,
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
and all of his spells are used through reap and sow.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, geez. Like, congratulations, Van. I am happy for you, man.
Hey,
I am really
Korth.
happy for you.
Korth, he's an artillerer.
Oh, crap! Oh, crap!
Yes. It's on, baby.
Are there
Like-
any weapons in the room, or is it just like Tinkerer stuff?
It's just
That's like
tinkering
the
stuff.
best floor.
Right?
That's
Right?
like the best order system.
Yeah,
Man, I'm
like.
jealous.
And
I get
Belva's
one
looks
of
at the camera and
those.
is like, can you please get that thing away from me before I kill somebody? Well, specifically me.
Hey, he's magic. He just healed you, sir.
I didn't need healing, I'm fine.
How about poke Belvis
Yeah,
in the chest
thanks
with the
to
muzzle?
Van.
Stop it. Can I try and
Dude,
grab his thing again?
Bakira's cracking up.
You want to try grabbing it?
Are you gonna do that, or are you gonna put it away?
I'm gonna put it away.
Okay. So he's just gonna put it
There
away.
you go.
Okay. So you guys, after seeing the Tinkerers, you guys come out and you go to the next one on that left side.
Okay.
And as you open the door, you see various, like, looks to be mannequins almost. They're made out of like straw and stuff. And you see clothing and like undergarments and stuff like that on there. You see yarn, needles, sewing kits.
Oh,
This
cool.
is the room for a tailor.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Safi makes a mental note because she would like to learn how to do that because Willow did.
Welcome.
There you go.
You now have your own sweatshop, Safi.
Outstanding.
Safi's sweatshop.
I love it.
I mean, she is
I got-
rich, so
Charlie,
it makes sense.
we need to put that above the door.
Safi's
Safi's
sweatshop.
sweatshop.
Anybody we capture and battles, we put them to work in the sewing shop.
That would be amazing.
And she is rich, so
Yeah.
Right?
we all know.
Although she doesn't have any money on her because she died and came back to
And,
life.
and Safi's, I mean, because there's other companies that do the sweatshop thing, so Safi's
No.
will say just blew it.
Oh my god.
like another similar company that uses sweatshops. Anyways,
Yeah.
No, you just didn't. No, you just didn't.
so after looking around, you guys see the tailor equipment. You come out, go to the last one, and I know IRL this is gonna make Chris happy, but you go in and you see a large metal table. You see a large pit that you can have a fire in. You see hammers and all these various tools for a forge.
There you go, buddy. There you go. There's your forge.
Someone needs to make me the biggest swords I've ever seen.
You need to go to bed and sleep off whatever the hell you drink.
You
find
See, the
a,
thing
uh,
is,
shut
someone wouldn't
the fuck up.
mind learning how to work in a
You.
blacksmith.
So
You-
now
you-
I will say, for anybody that wants to, obviously, Van, you can learn tinkering from Charlie.
Right.
I would say Safi, you would know enough about tailoring because Willow did it, that if somebody else wanted to learn, you could teach them.
Okay.
But for blacksmithing, you guys would have to find a blacksmith because nobody here knows how to blacksmith. So you guys would have to find a smithy somewhere.
Okay. So we
and
need
that
somebody
smithy
to
just
find a
go back.
smithy. So
Um,
put that on our list.
and then as you guys walk out, and then there is a door directly across from the forge, and as you open it, it is the largest room up here, and you see a large wooden desk, gorgeous, like this gorgeous oak, like a cherry wood.
Okay.
And you look up at the wall above that, and there is just a large feather, or a large raven's feather over this.
Oh, cool.
Looking around, you can guess that this is the keeper of the feather's office.
Ben, I think we found your office.
Okay. What else is in here besides that?
You have various shelving to hold extra like armaments and stuff like that. There is cabinets. There is actually Safi. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me for a second.
Okay.
Bakira as well.
Uh-oh.
God, why? Oh God.
Because you guys are drunk.
Oh,
No.
So I just got a nat 1.
Oh shit!
What happened?
Oh, shit.
Bakira,
Well,
what'd you get?
Sappy needs a new character.
Wait, Bakira, you get advantage, right?
Hold on. My
What
saving
kind of
throws.
throw is it? Because I get advantage on dexterity against the
Wisdom.
I get advantage
Okay.
on strength saving throws.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. So technically you should be rolling at disadvantage.
And I don't think guidance doesn't work on
Okay,
saving
rolling
throws,
at
right?
disadvantage.
Just on skill checks.
Just on skill checks, yes.
Okay,
The spell for
so
this, I
my
just-
disadvantage would be a 6.
Okay. There is the other one.
Yes, is
There is another one that does it.
yeah, it begins with an R.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
There
Which
is
I don't
guidance
have.
and then the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got guidance works for
The skill base
skills, and then the other is
is
for saving throws.
Okay, gotcha.
So you guys both see a clock, like a large, almost grandfather-like clock.
Oh
that
no.
It's ticking, and for you two, you're instantly thrown back into the memories of the murder house.
Oh.
You both just freeze.
Yeah, Safi's catatonic.
And we're
something like-
at the
She's
door.
out.
You guys are inside. The clock is so like the keeper's office is right here. The desk is here. The clock is right here. So you guys had walked in, looked around, and you saw the clock right here.
Okay. So I see Bakira like frozen.
Oh yeah.
Once we
Yeah,
get all this discovered, can we
Bakira
get the
just
map?
kind of
Mm-hmm.
sinks to her knees.
Belvis kind of walks over to Safi and is like, Safi, wake up!
Yeah, Safi falls all the way down.
Yeah,
Like this.
Sappy with Bakira, wake up!
D&D and party
Oh,
falling
God, I
down,
don't
falling
wanna
down,
do that.
falling pound. Our
Saf-
D&D is parties falling
Safi,
down,
wake-
all over the
Float.
place.
Safi, wake up! I don't like
I'm gonna
this.
float into the air, like twitching.
I'm going to look at Bakira
Please, Netflix, don't sue us.
right, and
Hey, it's a D&D character. They can get over it.
they both looking at.
They're
do we
both
even see
staring at the clock. Oh yeah, you
we
can
see
see the
it?
clock.
Yeah, Safi went from like a
The clock
huge
is actually
shitty
there.
grin to like.
So-
But it is the same exact. It is the same exact
The
clock
same
that was in the
exact
murder
clock,
house. Yes.
So I'm going to
Oh.
avert Bakira's gaze from the clock and have her look at me.
Belvis is gonna try and physically turn Safi away too.
And as soon as you guys are turned away, you kind of snap out of it. I will say though, as you two are looking just past Bakira, just past Van, and Safi just past Belvis, you both see two ghost figures of those children walking, and then they disappear.
Belvis looks over
Safi
to-
like runs after him to chase him, and then when they just
My office is haunted. I love it.
Belvis looks
Bakira-
over to everybody.
Bakira-
Maybe we should get rid of
And-
that clock.
You two, because of this, you two are no longer drunk. You're still drunk.
I'm still drunk. Okay.
Belvis
Bakira's still gonna lean her head into Van's shoulder and is just like, I need another drink.
I need to hit
Belvis
something.
kind of looks over to the others and is like, maybe we should either get rid of that clock or put a blanket over it or something.
Just a
Gladly.
clock, guys. What's wrong with the clock?
Is there like a stone on the ground?
I'm kind of liking the clock, to be honest with you. I don't see what the big deal
Is
is.
there a
Yeah,
stone
just
on the
don't bring
ground?
your girlfriend in here, unless you want to send her into a catatonic state.
See, but I wasn't there for the whole house.
Go.
So-
None of you
Goes-
were
Just
besides
throw
the
a
two of
rock
them.
at it, like as hard
Yeah.
as you can.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
whatever the hell is
If
there's a
going on
rock.
with that clock, it affected those two. Either get rid of the bloody thing or just, I don't know, just don't let them in the office.
Saf,
How can
hold
a
on.
clock affect people?
Hold on. Safi, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay. Do I get advantage because I get advantage against effects that I can see?
This is a dexterity check, not a saving throw.
Oh, okay. Check.
This is so dexterity is used for throwing.
Guidance.
18.
Okay. You're able to you find a loose rock somewhere and you throw it at this clock and it just
Okay, maybe.
Right? Do I see that happen? I'm gonna pull out one of the shadow daggers.
You don't have the shadow dagger anymore.
he has like 6 of them.
Ah.
I have more than 6 of them.
So you're able to throw it. Make a dexterity check.
I feel like one day he's just gonna be like a million.
Dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
18.
So you're able to you throw it and it.
Is that a
Kira's kind of looking at that and it's just like, that's not. Oh, no, that's par for the course for that clock. That's par for the course for that clock.
Captain, can you
Can I-
explain what this? What
Can I try and pull it back?
You reach out and you pull back as you pull the chains. The chain comes back, and halfway through where the chain's supposed to be is burnt. It is like glowing red, like it was just cut in half. So you are down 1 devil chain.
Captain,
What?
Can you
Oh.
explain what is going on with this clock?
That is par for the course for that thing. Okay, so when I first started adventuring with Sappy, and the original Misery's End group, we went to a house that was taken over by a cult.
Yes.
While she's telling the story, I'm just gonna go over and look at the clock more
Okay.
closely.
Make an investigation check.
To free the lost souls. We tried freeing the lost souls. 2
16?
children. Anyways,
Yeah.
So
House
Van,
of Horrors.
while Van is doing this, or while Bakir's telling this, Van's like looking at the clock, and Van, you look really close, and as like out of instinct of looking for stuff, you go to open the door where the chime sits.
Belva's. Can
Oh,
Belva's
no.
dive and bring back and pull Van back?
You don't notice because this happened while she's telling the story.
God damn it.
So she stops the story, and you guys are like, "Where's Van?"
Where's your boyfriend, Bakira?
What's that?
Oh, son of a bitch!
Was he near the clock?
And you see one of his shadow daggers sitting at the edge of the clock on the floor.
Bloody.
I don't want this. And Bakira like literally goes to the clock and so it's like, God fucking damn it! As she picks up this dagger and opens the fucking door like, fuck, I hate this already!
As you pick up the dagger, Bakira gets sucked through.
Safi shakes her head. Why the fuck do we keep doing this? And she jumps in.
He's gonna stop Belvic before Belvic does anything.
I love it. I can hear Sappy
Belvic.
say that too. I don't.
Go get Arling and the other one. Don't disturb Korth. Let the old man sleep.
Yeah, let's leave Grandpa Cool alone. And he looks at Belvis looks at the others to Sobek and Arlie.
Arlie's not in there.
Arlie's not there. That's why it's just I told you to go get Arlie and our monk friend. Well, not that we know he's a monk.
Well, if you choose Sobek before you go through, if Belvis wants to go through, you can just call it over the intercoms because Arlie has an intercom.
I forgot that he taught us. Yeah, he's gonna touch it. Just everything. Go. I need Arlie and her husband.
I will say that Elwin has one as well.
Okay.
Elwin has one.
Make sure you don't say it to everybody because
Arlie's kind of like
doing that. What is that you're doing?
Arlie was kind of like hanging out outside the door.
Using my godly self to talk to people.
You don't have that kind of power. Come on, that's out.
You don't know what power I have.
Can I do a perception?
I don't know what power I have.
So Arlie, you hear over your intercom that I'll say Elwin hears it as well, and like a freaking clock, no pun intended. Elwin appears right next to you, Arlie.
Arlie jumps a little bit and is like, "Please don't do that. We've talked about this."
Well, and he grabs your hand and walks into the room, and he looks at Sobek. Ooh, what's going on?
We're gonna go into this clock here.
Why?
Pushes Belvis through to show them.
This clock.
It's gonna shove Belvis through just to show them what happens.
Oh, what you?
Arlie looks at Elwin's like.
Belvis just gets sucked right into the clock.
After this adventure, we'll need to talk, but Arlie grabs Elwin's hand and drags him into the clock.
Fuck, not again, not again, not again.
Sobek is helping by pushing him.
And then Sobek's the last one in. And
Sobek, you get the idea that Arlie is the one that always takes Elwin on the adventures.
Nice.
So you appear into a wide hall that runs the width of this house. There's a black marble fireplace at one end and a sweeping red marble staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilts. The wood panel walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah! We're back on the fucking murder.
Yes!
For those that did not get to see, I wanted to do a nod to the beginning. This is one of the first adventures that everybody went on. This murder house is actually from the Curse of Strahd that I have worked in. This is the only part of Curse of Strahd we are going to touch because it is very, very dark.
Yeah.
And due to some triggers from some of our people, we will not touch Curse of Strahd. So you will see some of this stuff is altered and changed due to that. But I wanted to step into this again so people can see.
You're
because quite a few people did essentially die during this one. So please tune in next week as we roll the damn dice. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.